welcome back to another episode of Lone Wolf, the game book by Joe Dever. We're in part 2 of book 4, The Chasm of Doom. Last time, we journeyed towards the mines to see if we can find out what happened to Captain Duval after he explored, and we found his sword with an actor, and now we're trying to take it to find him and his men and figure out what happened. With me here is Karzie.
Losing all of ours in the process.
Yes, we came here with 50 men, and we've now got them pretty much all killed.
We got like... Oh no, yeah, you're right. We got them all killed. I thought we saved one, but no, he bled out. I forgot.
Yeah. Alright, this is yours to read.
Okay. For over 5 minutes, you climbed a spiral staircase before reaching the next level, where a mine tunnel leads off towards the south. You have covered less than 100 yards of the dank passage when you discover a lever. High up on the left-hand wall, a sudden noise in the distance betrays a guard patrol marching towards you. Without a second thought, you pull the lever and a stone panel slides back to reveal a secret tunnel. You enter quickly to avoid the guards. Once they have passed by, you try to leave, but find that you cannot reopen the stone panel from the inside. With a growing feeling of despair, you turn and follow the secret tunnel.
The tunnel soon emerges into a large chamber, divided by a deep mine shaft. A dark-skinned warrior in tatty leather armor stands guard at the entrance to the wooden bridge spanning the shaft. He is whittling a block of wood and grumbling to himself about how unfair it is that he's been given the most boring duties. On the far side of the chamber, a tunnel disappears into the west wall. You know that if you are to reach the tunnel, you must get past the guard and cross the bridge. If you have camouflage, 35. If you've got Mind over Matter, 317. If you possess neither, you'll have to launch a surprise attack, turn to 147. Wow, that is a rickety bridge. I don't want to be... That didn't have handrails, come on. Health
yeah,
safety,
you know,
man.
I was going to say, this is why I couldn't be an adventurer in real life. I would not cross that bridge.
Yeah.
I would be like, nope, I guess I'm dead here. The guard bears you approaching and spins around. He stares at you, aghast, and unsheathes his sword. Due to the surprise of your attack, you may ignore endurance points lost in the first round of combat.
Alright, let's fight. I think we're going to one-shot him.
Yeah, I'm thinking too.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
There's so many bonuses. Oh, what was it, low numbers?
I guess it's a 2-shot.
But we don't take any damage, luckily. There we go, that should be a kill. Oh yes.
Oh, we took 1 point of damage.
You roll the body. Sorry.
Go on.
You roll the body over onto its side and make a quick search. You discover 3 gold crowns, enough food for 1 meal, and a sword. You may take whatever you wish before crossing the bridge, but remember to make the necessary adjustments to your action chart. Upon reaching the far side, you detect the sound of running footsteps somewhere in the distance. You decide against waiting to see who it is and leave the chamber by a tunnel in the west wall.
Less than 50 yards along the tunnel wall, you notice the lever. Another one. There's a lot of levers in these books.
Yeah.
Your Kai instincts make you naturally suspicious of this unusual feature. But before, we were like, fuck it, let's just do it. But now it's like, oh, I don't know. This one's suspicious.
Not this particular lever. I'll put all the other ones, but not this one.
And you scour the floor looking for evidence of a trap. You find nothing. But a glance of the roof reveals the underside of a wide portcullis?
Yeah, so you know, like a gate that drops down from the ceiling, usually in an archway.
Oh, okay. Hidden beneath the 2 beams. You pull the lever and find the portcullis falls, sealing off the tunnel behind you. To make sure you will not be followed, you smash the lever with a wedge of the stone before continuing along the tunnel.
Yeah, portcullis are usually like a mesh fence that drops from the ceiling. I'm sure you've seen them before. Usually like in castles.
Yeah, I've seen them. I never knew that that's what they were called. Oh, we can't use hunting?
Yeah, hunting in the Macken mines isn't allowed, so... Regular meal?
Yep.
So this was the cat as a reading section, really. I'll read the next section. So continue along the tunnel, along the gallery. A line of empty ore wagons lie parked along a stretch of track that disappears into the west wall of this gallery. Above the arched tunnel, a flight of wooden stairs leads to a smaller passage, lit by a spluttering torch. You stay hidden in the shadows, watching the gallery for half an hour before you're satisfied that it's safe to enter. If you have the kind discipline of tracking, and if you're an aspirant, 349. This will probably tell us what to do, but we're either going to follow the wagon track to the west tunnel, or climb the stairs to the balcony. Let's see what our discipline tells us.
Judging by the smoothness of the stone floor and the condition of the ore wagons, you deduce that this gallery must service a major section of the mines. A fresh breeze can be felt blowing out of the west tunnel, and you sense that you must be near the surface. Ronan lies due west, the same direction as the ore wagon tunnel. You take a deep breath and emerge from the shadows, cross the gallery, and quietly enter the archway beyond.
As you make your way along the torchlit tunnel, you pass several ore wagons bearing the same design branded upon their wooden sides, a cross molin above the initials OV. You recognize the seal of Orin Vanneland, the Baron of Runan, and it confirms the fact that you are heading in the right direction. Suddenly, the sound of approaching footsteps begin to echo along the tunnel ahead. They become louder, accompanied now by the shouting and a crack of a whip. If you wish to dive into one of the empty ore wagons, 161. If you wish to hide in the shadows of the rough tunnel wall, turn to 286. I reckon we need camouflage to hide in the shadow. We don't have that discipline.
Yeah, but it doesn't say, hey, you need camouflage here. It's just like, choose one and hide.
What do you reckon then? Wagon or shadow?
I would say wagon.
Alright.
Raising the hood of your Kai cloak, you crouch in the bottom of an empty ore wagon and wait with bated breath. Through a gap in the wood, you can see a haggard procession of men shuffling towards you. An escort of bandit warriors pushes them forward, beating any who falter or slip out of line. You feel a sudden jolt as your wagon is pushed along the tunnel, and glance up to see a sweat-streaked face peering down at you. "Run left when I say go," whispers the face, and disappears over the edge of the wagon. As the wagon emerges from the tunnel, sunlight suddenly floods over you. Through the crack, you can now see your destination. The wagons are being shunted into a timber gantry, where the track ends some 50 feet above the huge mound of ore. Your observations are cut short by a hissed command, "Go!" If you wish to leap from the wagon and run left, go there. If you wish to jump from the wagon and run right, go there. If you decide to ignore the command, stay where you are, go there.
I feel this is important. I'm going to save. What do you reckon?
Let's follow the face. I mean, he's probably here to help us, I'd imagine.
You leap over the side of the wagon and sprint towards a line of densely packed trees less than 20 yards from the track. Luck is with you, for the bandit guards fail to notice your daring escape, and the wagons continue on their way towards the gantry. Pausing just long enough to catch your breath, you give silent thanks to the stranger who helped you, before pressing onwards through the trees.
Forever they remain slaves. We could have saved people.
That'll be fine.
They'll work it out somehow. The trees are alive with bandit patrols, but your quick wits and Kai skills prevent you from being seen by them. Eventually, you reach the edge of the copse. You find yourself staring out across an expanse of open plain towards Ronan. The sight that lies before you is very disquieting. Much of the mining town has been burnt to the ground. The blackened ruins of what were once shops, cottages, and taverns are now little more than smoldering mounds of charcoal. You are beginning to fear the worst, that Ronan has been totally destroyed. When a gentle breeze clears the haze of wood smoke hanging like a gray curtain over the ruins. Inside the perimeter of ruined buildings, a barricade has been thrown up around the Tower of Stone. Above the tower, a tattered flag still flies, bringing renewed hope. It is the sun flag of Summerlin, edged with a band of white braid, the cavalry standard of the King's Guard Regiment. Look at that sun. It looks like it's smirking.
It is. It's like the Super Mario 3 son.
Oh, fuck that son. That son was a dick. The sudden crack of a twig makes you freeze. You glance behind to see 3 bandits creeping through the trees towards you. The wide steel tips of their spears glint. They seem to be coated with a clear, sticky fluid. Ew. If you possess the kind discipline of hunting, or if you have ever visited Gorn Cove, go there. If you wish to fight, go there. If you wish to evade them, you must run across the open plain towards Ronan, 800 yards away. Go there.
Clear, sticky fluid. Hunting. This reminds me of that poison that guy tried to poison us with. Back, remember when we thought it was Ganon with those 5 travelers?
Oh, yeah, we found out like on the edge of our plate or something.
Yeah, it might be that. You recognize Narden's sap dripping from their spears. It is a deadly poison. You dare not risk engaging in combat with these bandits, for the merest graze from one of their tainted weapons could be fatal. Leaping to your feet, you race away from the trees and run towards Runan.
From all along the forest edge, groups of bandits emerge from the trees, whipped and scolded by their bullying sergeants for allowing you to escape. This spurs you to quicken your pace, and you cover the first 100 yards with ease. Then, arrows begin to fall around you. You duck and weave, making yourself a difficult target for the archers, and gradually, the falling shafts dwindle in number. You smile at their futile attempts to stop you, but your confidence is soon shaken by a pack of snarling war hounds breaking out of the woods to your right. They are off the leash and hungry for blood. You're less than 500 yards from Runan, but the war hounds are closing in. If you wish to quicken your pace and try to outrun them, go there. If you wish to stop and fight them, go there.
But we have animal kinship.
Oh yeah, maybe we could just talk to them.
I mean, it's up to you. I'm just saying, if we did fight them, we'd be okay. But you want to fight them?
Yeah, let's fight or talk to them.
I don't think there's an option to talk.
Well,
I reckon that...
I don't think we can outrun them. Do you think we can outrun them?
500 yards, Warhounds closing in. We can increase our pace. I mean, what do you think, 500 yards?
That's pretty far. I mean, dogs are pretty fast, aren't they?
Yeah, I don't want to waste our energy running for them to just catch up and eat us. I'd rather use the energy to just stop and kill them. Alright, let's do this. The Warhounds lope towards you at unnerving speed. You can see their great red-lipped jaws clearly and hear the clacking of their fangs. You fight to control your breathing, to concentrate all your warrior skills, for you must dispatch the Warhounds quickly and with precision if you are to avoid being torn to pieces. 2 dogs, faster than their brothers, break free of the pack and close upon you. They leap simultaneously, their slavering jaws spread wide for attack. You dive forward and roll, striking at their bellies from beneath as they pass above. Both howl with rage and pain and tumble lifeless to the ground. You're back on your feet as the next Warhound attacks. We gotta win it fast. Either 3 rounds or less, or longer than 3 rounds.
We've 2-shot most things this book, so...
We've definitely got enough skill to do it. That is not a number to get at this crucial moment in the game.
Yeah.
We need something better.
Oh, yeah. We need something higher than a 4.
That'll do it.
Okay, that works.
KO.
Beyond the approaching Warhound pack, you can see that a dozen bandit archers are closing in. If you were to survive the rending jaws of the Warhounds, the archers would be sure to pick you off with ease. Without wasting a second, you turn towards Ronan and run as fast as your legs will carry you.
Oh, so that was the correct option. We shouldn't have stopped the fight.
Aww.
It's okay, at least we managed to get through it.
Yeah.
You try to ignore the aching legs and the fear that knots your stomach by forcing your concentration on the sun flag, a fluttering symbol of hope in the distance. Your face is streaked with sweat, and your lungs feel as though they will burst, but you dare not slacken your pace. The thought of Warhound fangs closing and tugging on your skin is all you need to drive you forward. At 400 yards, you can see that the barricade and watchtower are inhabited, but at this distance, the faces you can see are only a line of small pink dots on the walls. At 300 yards, you run into some gruesome remains, where the corpses of bandits lie twisted on the ground, most killed by arrows. Many have lain in the open for weeks, A flock of startled carrion crows rise streaking from their feast as you race through the bodies, who turn away in disgust. Suddenly, a new sound drifts across the plain. Sound of cheering. The beleaguered defenders have spotted you and recognize your green kite cloak. 200 yards to go. You've just passed the ruins of a burnt-out cottage when you feel an agonizing pain tear through your left thigh. An arrow has pierced your leg and you pitch forward into the mud and ash. Crouched in the ruined cottage, a bandit sniper raises his bow and takes careful aim at your head. I'm saving.
Let's not roll a 0.
Why is 0 isolated? Oh my god.
Yep, you know that's the death option.
And we've taken an arrow to the knee or leg.
Ba-do-do.
Oh. That's a good option, I hope anyway.
It's not 0. That's the important part.
It's the furthest one away from 0.
An arrow hisses overhead. A scream of agony fills the air. The bow slips from the archer's fingers. And as he sinks to his knees, the arrow lodged deep between his startled eyes. The clack of fangs and the soft, swift pad of stealthy feet tell you that the War Hounds are closing in. You look up to see a man running towards you from the barricade. He has a shield in one hand and a longbow in the other. It is Guard Captain Duvall. He reaches you, breathless from his run, and draws an arrow from his quiver. Duvall aims and fires, drawing another arrow from his quiver as soon as the first one is loosened. Yeah. The warhounds tumble and crash to the ground around you and felled by Duvall's deadly shafts. 8 lie dead before his quiver is empty.
Oh, there's one of the dead dogs there.
Poor doggies. I mean, they're snarling, rabid dogs, but poor doggies. The captain grabs you by the arm and, swinging you over his shoulder in one swift motion, carries you back towards the barricade. So wait, we're being carried by him now?
Yes.
Good God, what a hero this man is! Others run forward to help you, but the bandit archers are now in range and your men are forced back by the hail of arrows. The red shafts of the enemy whistle past on all sides. You reach the barricade. A wagon is pulled aside and you are carried in through the gap. Captain Duvall is close to exhaustion. He staggers, and his men rush to catch him before he drops to the ground.
I just want to check our health if it was increasing from healing. For some reason, it doesn't seem like it's going up.
Yeah, you're right. Why is that? We still have healing. I see it right now. It's the third option.
And that's combat damage that should be being healed up. Although, no. I remember now. We selected the option that we can only heal on pages where it makes sense. We're in combat right now. It doesn't make any sense to heal up.
Oh, yeah, we're running away. You're right.
We're in the middle of a battle. So, I'm going to drink this potion of Lamp Spur.
Nah, sure, why not?
Just free up another space as well. Back up to normal. A circle of... Oh, for fuck's sake. I should have drank it after this moment. Sorry.
Oh.
I just realised. Fucking hell, I'm stupid. That's an L for me. Whatever. Alright. A circle of unshaven faces are staring down at you. A soldier cradles your leg as another snaps the shaft buried deeply in your thigh. But before you can even cry out in pain, he has drawn the arrow from your leg with one swift tug. "You're a very lucky guy, Lord," he says as he bandages a handful of lamp spray to your aching limb. "The wound is clean, and the bleeding is but slight. You lose 4 endurance points, which I should have fucking used the potion right now. But the soldier's quick thinking and skill has saved your leg from infection. With great care, the soldiers carry both you and Captain Duvall to the stone watchtower." Alright, we healed up at least with healing there. I'm stupid. I'm really stupid.
Alright, we need a heroic voice, because this man is a fucking hero. What do you think Captain Duvall sounds like?
He had a beard and he looked kind of rough. So, have you watched Arrow? Like, the DC show?
Oh, yeah, I have.
Try and do that kind of a voice. Because, he was an archer and he had a... he'd speak something like in a sort of a Batman-y voice, but a bit more raspy.
I was hoping the king would send a large search party.
That's not bad, that'll do.
Says Captain Duvall wearily, now having fully recovered from his exhaustion. I was beginning to tire of this town. You rise from your straw bed and offer your thanks to the captain. His brave and timely action saved you from certain death. Who's saying
It's
this?
still him.
'Tis nothing to compare with you, Lone Wolf. Your bravery is legend. Your presence here is worth 100 men. He asks you about your mission, and you recount the events that have led you to this meeting. The ride south, the loss of your company, your passage through the Macken mines and the bandits. Yes, the bandits. Barraka's men.
Are we in Mortal Kombat?
Duvall.
What the fuck's going on here?
I was thinking the same thing. I hope it is Barraka from Mortal Kombat. Or he at least looks, bald and kind of, scary looking on his face a bit.
I'll remind myself to insert a picture of Barraka.
Barraka wins. Fatality.
Yes, the bandits. Barraka's men, retorts Duvall, his gruff voice conveying his contempt for them and their leader. It seems we have both suffered at his hand. A month ago, he and his Vacidagonian renegades ambushed my troop at Runan Pike. We were sorely outnumbered and the fight was indeed bitter. But we broke free from them and escaped here to Runan. We have been beleaguered ever since and praying for help to arrive. We have enough weapons to resist them, but we have barely enough food and water to survive. You ask what has become of the people, Ronan. Most are now slaves. Barraka has taken the mines as he uses the Ronanese as forced labor. Other than yourself, the only man has escaped from the mines and survived the War Hounds and the bandit snipers. That man is Baron Owen Vanelund. Come, I shall take you to him. Duvall leads you to the topmost chamber of the watchtower and pushes open an iron-shod door. The sight that greets you fills your heart with sorrow and pity. Aw, is he dead?
Oren Vanelund is the 15th Baron of Runan, a noble warrior of royal lineage and fifth in succession to the throne of Summerland. This once proud and chivalrous warlord now lies upon the cold stone floor of the chamber, red-eyed and whimpering like a frightened dog. He's lost everything, says Duvall quietly. Barraka has destroyed his castle, his land, his town, and his family. His sons are dead, and his only daughter has been taken captive by Barraka himself. I fear the ordeal has turned his mind. The hell is this? Crow and some dude tied up?
There's just some dude outside and a crow chilling next to him, I guess.
The pathetic man raises his tear-stained face, and with feeble voice mutters a curious rhyme, over and over again. When a fair royal maid on the altar dies, the dead of the Macken Gorge shall rise. If you possess a scroll, turn to 279. We do possess the scroll.
Yeah. Good thing we explore everything we come across. As you unfurl the scroll and begin to read its ominous contents, the Baron struggles to his feet. Word for word, he echoes the prophetic verse. When the full moon shines over the temples deep, a sacrifice will stir from the sleep. The legions of the long-forgotten Lord. When a fair royal maiden on the altar dies, the dead of the Mackengor shall rise to claim their long-awaited reward. You must save her, Lone Wolf. You must prevent the sacrifice. The Baron's voice is choked with emotion. Oh, that was the Baron. Whatever. Save who? Who must he save? Questions Captain Duvall as he tries to calm the distressed Baron. My daughter, Madeline. Barraka has found the dagger of Vashna. A dagger, yes!
Yeah.
He plans to sacrifice my daughter upon the altar of Macken to release the undead of Mackengorge. The Baron explains that During the age of the Black Moon, King Ulnar in the Summerland killed the mightiest of all Darklords, Vashna, with the Summer Sword, the sword of the sun. His body and the bodies of all his soldiers were hurled into the bottomless abyss of Gorge. He plans to lead the dead to victory, first to conquer Summerland, and then all of the last lands, he says in despair. You stare at the Baron in stunned silence. If Barraka completes the sacrifice, all is lost. What mortal army can stand against a legion of the dead? Captain Duval ushers you from the chamber and closes the door. I feared he was insane, but your scroll confirms my worst nightmare. He speaks the truth. As the dreadful significance of the verse begins to sink in, your thoughts are broken by a shrill blast of a warhorn. Captain Duval strides over to an arrow slit and peers out across the plain. And he turns to speak. You notice that his face is an ashen gray. The bandits! They're launching an attack! If you possess Captain Duval's sword, go there. Hey, it's a good thing we picked it up.
Alright. You draw the sword and offer it to the captain. A look of surprise and delight crosses his face as he examines the blade. I never expected to see my trusty steel again. It is a good omen for the battle ahead. Thanking you, the captain sheathes his sword in its scabbard that until now has hung empty from his belt. Erase the sword. Is he not going to give us a reward? Huh.
Aww. He did save our life, and he is a pretty badass, so... He's a pretty badass.
I think it actually gave us an extra page to heal up, so I guess that's its own reward.
Okay. You follow Captain Duval as he hurries down the broad watchtower steps and out the barricade. A rolling sound like distant thunder fills the air. Cavalry are pouring onto the plains from all sides. Grouping up into battalions and preparing for the advance, columns of foot soldiers in bright scarlet armor march through their ranks, herding a frightened wall of people before them. The Ruinese! Cries Duval, his hand shielding the light from his eyes. That cur Barraka! He's using them as a shield! All around you, the captain's men have drawn their bowstrings, awaiting his signal to fire. But it is an order he dare not give. Suddenly, a hidden catapult hurls a massive black rock through the air, straight towards the barricade. You stare in horror as it bursts into flames and disintegrates, showering a rain of blazing oil on everyone beneath. The soldiers cannot evade the deluge. And many are badly burnt before the flames are smoldered. A battle cry resounds from the enemy ranks. The signal to attack. The Ruinese are pushed aside and trampled on dry the onrush of Scarlet Warriors, who now race towards the barricade.
Look at this picture.
That looks like something off of Magic card. Like a Magic the Gathering card. That's like a spell.
The complete agony. Look at that shit, man. Look at his lips and teeth, and he has some pretty good teeth for a guy in that time. Have some Colgate or something.
The blazing oil has scattered Duval's men, and the barricade is poorly defended. You hear Duval shout your name. His cloak and tunic are ablaze. He is screaming for your help. If you have reached the Kai rank of Warmarn, turn there. If you wish to help the captain, go there. If you wish to rally defenders, go there.
You must rally the defenders or all is lost. You order 2 soldiers to help the captain and then leap on an overturned wagon in order to see clearly the enemy advance. They have already reached the ruined perimeter of Runan, and you're now creeping forward under the cover of broken cottage walls. You shout orders to Duval's men to defend the barricade, but the enemy are less than 100 yards from the wall. You are afraid it might be too late to repel their attack.
The Vasagonian bandits break cover and charge. You give the order to fire. A cloud of arrows sweeps down upon the armor-clad men, the hearted tips penetrating their scarlet plate. The first wave of assailants tumbles and falls. The second wave falters. Another volley forces them back, and they retreat to the ruins to reorganize themselves. Here and there, groups of bandit warriors have survived the hail of death, and reach the barricade. Most are slain as they try to enter, but a small and determined section of their boldest fighters have broken through close to where you stand. Suddenly, a thick-bodied warrior with oily black hair tied in a knot at the back of his scarred head leaps onto the wagon and attacks you. Dun dun dun.
So we can evade combat at any time, but we got plenty of skill.
Yeah, let's kick his ass.
Be an easy kill. Good.
Another 2-shot.
Come on. Oh yes. Insta kill.
Yeah.
Duval runs past the wagon, leading a dozen of his best swordsmen in a countercharge, and driving the enemy all the way back to the barricade. None escape alive. Those who survive Duval's swordsmen are cut down on the plain by his archers as they run towards the ruins. The shout of victory has barely died away before you are faced by a new threat.
Uh-oh. A matlet, a large shield on wheels, is being pushed slowly across the body-strewn battleground towards the barricade. Arrow shafts soon bristle from its thick wooden planks as Duval's men fire their bows, time and time again in an attempt to hit the shielded foe.
Take a look at this. This designed quite well, actually. Makes sense.
That's like an artifact wall.
You can see those eyes peering from beyond it.
I know, it's great, isn't it?
I'll zoom in on that.
That's great. Suddenly, a robed figure darts from behind the mantlet and levels a black staff at the barricade. He is cut down by an arrow, but not before he has let loose from his staff a guttering ball of flame. It cartwheels across the plain and explodes with a tremendous roar, hurling the bodies of defenders and shattered barricade high into the air. Through the clouds of dust and debris, you see a line of enemy cavalry charging across the plain. They wear tall plumed helmets and polished steel and breastplates of deepest crimson. In the wake of the fireball, they pour through the remains of the barricade and attack. They give no quarter. A horseman spurs his horse towards you, his lance leveled at your chest. If you wish to stand and fight, go there. If you wish to run back to the watchtower, go there. Let's fight him. Let's fight him.
The horseman is charging at you very quickly. You will only be able to fight for one round of combat before the momentum of his attack carries him past you. Oh, it's one of these. If we lose more, or... Although I think we're always going to take off more endurance points than they're going to take from us. I think we'll kill him.
Shit, a 0.
That's a perfect.
Your blow has unhorsed the bandit. He falls to the ground heavily, shattering his lance beneath him. He staggers to his feet, raising the hinged eye shield of his helm. He stares at you and smiles wickedly, exposing a jagged line of blackened teeth. He spits his battle cry and runs towards you, unsheathing a broadsword as he closes in. If you wish to fight, go there. If you wish to evade, go there. Let's fight him!
You are in combat with a Vasagonian horseman who is now on foot. You cannot evade him and must fight him to the death. It's going to be easy.
Yeah.
He's lost 3 combat skill because he's off his horse, and he's lost his lance.
We need a horse for combat skill then.
That's a kill.
Ooh, nice. You run, half crouched to the barricade, and prise a bow from the hand of a dead soldier. You have spotted the leader of the bandit cavalry, a tall, dark-skinned warrior with a thin, chiseled nose, rallying his horsemen at the foot of the stone watchtower. You know you must kill him before he can regroup his troops, or Duval and his hard-pressed men will be ridden down and mercilessly slaughtered. You notch an arrow and draw back the bowstring.
Look at this guy's face.
What the fuck is this guy? You notch an arrow and draw back the bowstring. The straining cord bites into your fingers as you take aim. Pick a number.
If we've got weapon skill, we can add 2 to the number. Right, we've got 4
It
to
doesn't
7.
matter.
You release the arrow, and it whistles through the air and buries itself deeply into the mail-clad shoulder of the bandit leader. You hear a scream of pain ring out above the din of battle, but even though he is badly wounded, he still attempts to rally his men. You stoop to take another arrow, but to your horror, the dead soldier's quiver is empty. Looking up, you see 2 dismounted Vasagonian horsemen clambering across the barrier towards you. You throw down your bow and run to a large water cask defended by a stout Somlending sergeant. The ground around the cask is carpeted with enemy dead. "Shoot the leader," you command, pointing towards the enemy officer. The sergeant aims and fires his bow with one swift and fluid movement. The arrow arcs through the battle smoke and pierces the officer's shiny breastplate. Slowly, his cruel eyes flicker and close as he slips from the saddle, the shaft lodged deep in his heart. Wow, this guy's good.
Yeah, give that guy a promotion. To me! To me! Captain Duvall's voice booms out above the battle noise. Rally to me, Summerlending! Oh god, that made me cough. Ah!
Yeah, the voice will do that to you.
Yeah. The brave captain draws about him a shielded wedge of soldiers and charges into the flank of the horsemen. They reel and buckle as the shield wedge hews its way through their company. A Vasagonian herald, his crimson armor torn and his face smeared with blood, breaks free from the battle and sounds the retreat. You watch as the surviving bandits spur their mounts to a gallop, desperate to escape through the ragged hole in the barricade. Gripped by panic and fatigue, they ride through their own foot soldiers who are advancing to support them. The infantry falter and collapse as the cavalry ride down.
Take a look at this guy. Look at the arrows right through his neck.
That poor bastard.
And this guy looks really worried. Like Luigi.
He looks sad. He's like a sad Luigi.
I mean, that's just Luigi. And this guy's just like looking up like, wonder what's going on here.
He looks like someone he looks like someone that you would meet in the forest that's like staring at you through like bushes. That guy in the back.
Yeah.
Captain Duvall leads his men to the barricade and directs a lethal volley of arrows into the shattered infantry. It is the last straw. They throw down their weapons and flee from the clouds of arrows raining down on them. From out of the smoke-filled sky, a battle cry, proud and strident, pursues them from across the plain. For Summerland! For Summerland!
All around the barricade, the enemy are retreating in disorder. Bandit war hounds announce their withdrawal, exhorting their defeated warriors to flee the battlefield. A jubilant Captain Duvall emerges from the war smoke, his eyes shining like jewels beneath the rim of his battered helmet. "We have triumphed, Lone Wolf. We have vanquished the foe." All around you, the captain's men are rebuilding the barricade and tending to their wounded comrades. It sorrows you to see the Somlending dead. You take heart at how few they are beside the enemy's losses. The captain ushers you to the watchtower, where your wounds are cleaned and dressed with lomspor. The herbs restore 6 endurance points. Not that we needed it.
We had a paper cut.
Yes. "We've beaten this foe, but I fear that it's a temporary reprieve," says the captain, his face now composed and somber. "The sacrifice of Baron Vanaland's daughter must be stopped if we are to avoid catastrophe, for our strength not avail us against a foe freshly risen from the grave." The words of the verse flood you into your mind, and a chill runs down your spine as you realize what may lie ahead. In 3 days' time, when the moon is full, Barraka will sacrifice the Baron's daughter at the buried temple of Macken, a sacrifice that will unleash the dead of Macken Gorge, the Chasm of Doom. You know you must prevent the sacrifice.
50 miles south of Ruinen, the ruined city of Macken teeters on the brink of Macken Gorge. A cold sweat breaks out upon your brow as you contemplate the difficulty of your mission. For you are separated from your goal by 50 miles of enemy-held territory. But there is still a flicker of hope. With the enemy in confusion and retreat, your chances of success will be far higher now. than before battle. Before you set off on your perilous mission, Captain Duvall offers you the choice of the following equipment and provisions: 3 meals, rope, potion, sword, spear. I guess the meals.
I want to know how much the rope is, because if that's 2 again, we might as well take that, because they're giving it to us for a reason.
Okay, let's take the rope then.
This
Oh,
rope
it only takes 1 spot. It's
might
a
not be
tiny
that
rope.
long. Yeah. Alright, we'll take that, and 1 meal. We got enough potions. We should be fine.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Actually, we don't need another weapon. We can easily find one along the way.
Yeah.
Actually, hang on. Why am I only taking 2 things? Surely I can... It doesn't say I'm limited to what I can take.
Yeah, you could take all sorts of things, I guess.
Okay.
Let's just take a sword or a spear. Either or.
What do you reckon? Take a spear.
Take the spear? Okay.
If we equip it...
We can always drop it.
Oh,
No.
No. I want to equip the dagger and equip the summer sword. Shit. We're gonna mess that up. Summer sword.
Oh. There we go. Okay,
Whew.
good.
Whew.
That was a close one.
I just want the spear. Oh, so you know when we dropped the dagger earlier, because we were using the summer sword as well as the dagger, there was no point to us having the other dagger.
Yeah, the summer sword is just really good.
Yeah, but we might as well just carry another weapon just for the hell of it. Alright, we should be good. Dusk soon enshrouds the beleaguered outpost of Runan, and you use the cover of darkness to cross the body-strewn plain towards the south. An old highway trails off to Macon, but it is choked with Macedonian warriors. They stand about in sullen groups, attending to their wounded and brooding on their defeat. However, even demoralized and dejected, they are still a deadly foe. It will be too dangerous to risk passing through their ranks, so you must use the forest to conceal your passage. If you wish to venture through the trees to the right of the highway, turn to 70. If you wish to pass through the trees to the left, turn to 314.
I say always go left, but that's me.
Alright, let's do it.
Alright. The forest is patrolled by bandits, but they take little interest in their guard duties, and you find it easy to avoid them in the dark. Then, by chance, you come across a small log cabin hidden deep in the woods. A candle flickers at the window, and the door is ajar. If you wish to enter the hut, go there. If you do not wish to enter the hut, go there. I guess
Of course
let's
we're going in the
enter.
hut.
Yeah, why not? It might be another old man with another scroll.
Nope. The door slams shut, and you spin around to see a bandit leaping at you from the shadows. His head is a mass of bloody bandages, but he is armed and determined to fight. Can't evade him.
Look at this weak-ass motherfucker, though.
Almost feel
Are we
sorry for
picking
him.
on, like...
No,
yeah!
He jumped us. He jumped us. Oh, shit. This is not a good number to get.
3 damage! He actually did damage!
Embarrassing. Could be a kill. Nope. Took off 4 endurance points from us and he was wounded. Bastard.
Yeah!
Here we go.
You roll the dead bandit over with the toe of your boot and make quick search of his body. You discover the following items: 3 gold crowns, dagger, sword. Do we want to drop the spear and get another dagger?
We're not going to be able to equip it, so there's no point. From now on,
I still say we drop the spear
You
and
want
get the
2
dagger
daggers?
just in case. Yeah, just in case.
Alright.
You may take any of the above items as you are leaving. You notice a trapdoor in the floor. Opening it, you see that leads down to the cellar of the building. If you wish to enter the cellar, go there. If you wish to leave the hut, go there. I say let's investigate the cellar. I mean, we gotta make sure it's safe to sleep in. I mean, there might be someone down there.
Alright, I've saved
That,
it. You're at the bottom of the cellar ladder when the trapdoor slams shut and you hear a bolt slide across and lock. You hammer on the trapdoor, desperately trying to escape, but your captors cover the trapdoor with a heavy oak cask and keep guard in the room above. 4 days pass before the lock slides back, but the hands that open the trapdoor are bony and fleshless. Your life and your mission end here.
well, shit.
I had a feeling. Let's leave the hut.
You had a good feeling then. You quickly leave the hut far behind and press on through the trees. By morning, you have reached the edge of the forest. Staring out across the fields of tall crops, you see a small village lying at the base of a shallow valley. The fields are only separated by narrow tracks, which are alive with flying insects hovering in swarms. You are walking along the track when you suddenly spot bandits ahead. They are wandering idly up the track towards you, their spears slung over their shoulders. Ooh.
Hi-ho, it's off to kill we go. Look at this dude.
Look at these Mongolian-looking motherfuckers.
Got some big-ass nose and some barking orders at this dude. This dude doesn't give a shit. He's just walking past him. This guy's like, blah, 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 blah. This guy's at the back is like, huh, wonder why he's screaming about.
Why the fuck am I here with these assholes?
Alright.
If you possess an onyx medallion, go there. If you have the Kai discipline of camouflage, go there. If you do not have the special item or the discipline in Kai rank, dive into the tall crops and hide by turning to there.
Pretty sure Onyx Medallion was in the last book, but we never came across it.
Aww.
Well, it might have been in this book, I can't remember. But we probably missed out. You lie with your face pressed close to the crop roots, your breath held and your nerves stretched, as taut as bowstrings, waiting for the patrol to pass. Hundreds of miniature creatures busily file up and down the yellowed stalks. Your whole body begins to prickle as you imagine they are swarming up your legs, up your sleeves, and down the neck of your tunic. When a trickle of sweat runs down your cheek, you nearly cry out and reveal your hiding place. I'm scared. If that bee was walking on me, I'd be fucking screaming.
Yeah, I would be too. I'd be like, yeah!
The bandits amble past barely inches from where you hide, totally oblivious to your presence. When you are sure they're no longer on the track, you jump up and frantically scratch at your itching skin. To your horror, you discover that your legs are covered with crawling insects feasting on your blood. Ripping your clothes off, you empty them from your boots and scrape them from your skin before hurrying off along the track. The blood-sucking insects have robbed you of 2 endurance points.
At least it was only 2.
We can easily get those back.
Yeah. Look, we already got it halfway back. Wait a minute. Why is that those 2 damage different? Is it combat damage?
This
maybe?
one. No,
yeah.
Other damage. The insects are other damage. Combat damage is in a fight. This is starvation, and this is like textbook damage.
We can't heal from that one, can we?
No, we should be able to. It's only starvation we can't.
Okay. Is this you or me?
You.
You bypass a village with orange wood cabins and stone walls, and climb through the tall fields towards a wooded ridge. Beyond the ridge, you enter a thick forest, discovering a bubbling freshwater stream. You drink deeply and realize how hungry you are. You must eat a meal here or lose 3 endurance points. Hunting! As night falls, you reach the city of Macon. The gaunt, weed-infested ruins of this shattered city are spread like a vast graveyard and bathed in the eerie light of a near-full moon. A sound fills the air like the wailing of lost souls. It is a cry of Macagorge. It has been nearly 2 days since you last slept, and fatigue begins to overwhelm you. Drawing your Kai cloak about your shoulders, you settle down to sleep. You will need all your strength for the daunting task that lies ahead. Ooh.
Dawn arrives, rain-swept and gloom-laden. A pall of drizzle hangs over the ghost city, and the gruesome discord of the wailing winds of Macagorge make you feel uneasy. Not like the discord that we're using. You watch and wait, your Kai cloak drawn close about your shoulders to keep out the chill damp air. It was here, during the age of the Black Moon, that King Ulnar of Summerland killed the mightiest of the Darklords, Lord Vashna. In Mortal Kombat, Barraka, I think it's settled.
Mortal Kombat!
I might use some special music. Upon the very brink of the abyss, the Darklord was slain by the Summer Sword. It is said that his death cry, when he fell will echo through the gorge until the day he rises to wreak his vengeance on Summerland and the House of Ulnar. Your stomach contracts at the thought that this could be that very day. For 5 hours, you observe and take in every detail of the ruined city. The first line of the strange verse keeps repeating itself in your mind. When the full moon shines over the deep temple of the temple deep, the temple must be underground, and there must be an entrance to it. But where? You study every crack in the broken ground and eliminate all but 2 possibilities. A crypt door guarded by 2 Vasagonian warriors, and a flight of marble steps descending into the earth between 2 columns of fractured pillars. The heck is this? Oh, this guy...
One of them's got an eye patch.
One of them's got an eye patch, just chatting to his mate here, and this guy's looking to the side and giving us the stink eye.
Yeah, what the fuck is that guy, like, have on his head, though? The guy to the right.
This.
No, that. What the hell is that?
This thing.
Yeah, it's like a handle or something. Like, what the hell is that?
Not sure. Might just be part of the design of the helmet.
Weird.
It is weird. Alright, so if you wish to try to enter the temple through the guarded crypt, if you wish to try to enter the temple via the unguarded marble stairs, well, temple deep.
Yeah,
the temple
so we
must be
gotta
underground.
Go deep.
So there's marble steps
Probably
descending and 2 Vasagonian warriors guarding a crypt.
We don't need the crypt, right? Well, we need to save the daughter. Maybe the daughter's in the crypt? Question mark?
She's gonna be
I don't
sacrificed
know.
upon an altar, so those are usually in crypt-like places.
They're also in temples.
Well, we're going to the temple either way, but we're either going through the crypt or descending through the marble stairs.
Well, what are we doing? Are we fighting or are we going down the stairs?
I think we can fight. We haven't had many fights.
Okay, let's fight. Yeah, you're right. It's been mostly peaceful. You manage to reach a tangle of briars growing near the crypt door, and from here you observe the Vasagonian guards undetected. More soldiers appear on horseback, riding into Mackin from the north. They dismount and approach the door. "Password!" shouts the crypt guards. "Lon!" replies the soldiers. The door opens and they are allowed to enter. Armed with the password, you decide to enter in the same way, keeping the hood of your cloak raised and your summer-lending features in shadow. You walk boldly towards the guards. Pick a number from the number table.
Alright, so if we have camouflage, add 4. So remember, camouflage can let you blend in with people. Like copy their accents. Oh shit.
Uh-oh. It could be worse. Okay.
The guards are not fooled by your bravado. They're not fooled by your bravado. They draw their weapons and attack. You fight them as one enemy. They have 30 health. So even if we do kick their ass, we're going to take a bit of damage.
Yeah.
Not a good number.
Icky.
Icky Vicky.
Yeah, that was an icky roll.
Come on.
Yeah.
Looks like we're going to have to drink a potion. Might as well. We brought them here for a reason. We literally just went up with 2, 3, and then 4. Okay, so here I'm going to drink one of our potions. I want to keep the cool vial of red lampspore. I'll drink the regular potion of lampspore.
Okay.
There we go.
You drag the bodies into the thorny briars and conceal them before entering the crypt door. Once inside, you close the door behind you and follow a wide torchlit corridor towards the east.
And we're back to full health. The corridor ends at a flight of steps that descends 100 feet into the earth. At the bottom, a short passage leads to a junction, where a tunnel runs from north to south. To the north you can see a torchlit cavern with what appears to be observation slits carved into the wall. To the south a passage leads towards a low balcony. If you wish to investigate the torchlit cavern, 177. If you wish to take a look at the low balcony, 100.
I'm afraid of heights, so I'm going to say torchlit cavern.
Alright then.
Even if there is a bunch of them, let's just kill them all. Oh
You're
my
taking
god,
just
you
one
called it again!
You're taking just
You
one
got
step.
good skills for this! Go on.
You're taking just one step into the cavern when a blow on the back of your head knocked you senseless. You were seen at the junction by 2 guards who prepared this ambush for you. Your equipment is taken and your unconscious body bound by Barraka's men, who throw you into a cell. You're unable to stop the sacrifice. When the time comes for your cell door to open, it is the bony hand of a skeleton that turns the key. Your life mission end here. I'll probably put down one of Barraka's finishes in Mortal Kombat. Alright, low balcony.
Wins. Fatality.
An empty feeling grips your stomach as you stare upon the altar, an inner sanctum of the subterranean temple. Your Kai senses burn, as if every nerve in your body is screaming a warning to flee from this evil chamber. Huge braziers of molten metal encircle a black altar, upon which lies fair Madeline, the daughter of Baron Vanillund. She seems to be entranced. Her breathing is slow and shallow. Beyond the altar lie 2 massive doors, a gigantic skull engraved upon their black stone surface. Out of your view, another door opens, and a procession of red-cloaked priests enter the temple. Their heads are covered, and they each carry strange amulets of black stone. They file past the altar, depositing the amulets in a circle around the young girl's body, and then file out again in total silence. Then you hear the sound of a distant drum beat. It grows louder and nearer. The measured steps of steel-shod boots resound in its wake. Barraka is approaching. What in the world is this guy's problem?
He looks like he's powering up. Oh, he's actually holding the sword, like, energy that's coming from it.
Yeah, he's holding a bone. He's a skeleton holding a bone being charged with the dagger. That's the dagger of Vashna, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. We gotta get that dagger.
But, like, that's just on a flag, so the real dagger must be around here somewhere.
Yeah, we definitely gotta get that dagger.
He's got some toxic robe designs, and this dude's holding some big black dildo? I don't know.
That's an odd-shaped dildo. That's gonna make someone bleed.
Hey, it's gonna make her bleed a bit. Maybe he'll shove that into her. That's how it's gonna go.
Ouch. Sounds painful. Barraka carries the stench of death and decay about him. He strides into the temple, his boots of Gorgaz hide covering his both legs and his feet, and slams shut the huge stone door with frightening ease. He stands in silence before pushing open the huge black doors engraved with the menacing skulls. Suddenly, a gale-force wind sweeps through the temple, and your ears are filled by a terrible scream. Beyond the open doors, a pier of stone juts into the abyss of Macagorge. You are staring into the chasm of doom. Barraka turns away from the windswept pier and walks slowly towards the altar. From the hidden scabbard, he removes a twisted black dagger and holds its stiletto blade into the light. An evil blue flame runs up and down its black steel spike, flickering in ice-cold winds of Macagorge. The sacrifice is about to begin. Dun dun dun. If you wish to draw your weapon and attack Barraka, go there. If you wish to distract his attention from the altar without attacking him, go there. You want to just attack him? Just all. Do you want to pop that potion, or should we save it?
Well, wait till we get to the combat.
Okay.
Attack him?
Yeah, I say attack him and see what happens.
If you possess the Summer Sword. As you raise your golden sword, the howling wind seems to rise in pitch and intensity. It claws at your mind, filling your head with terrible images of death and horror. Barraka sees you falter and strikes a cruel blow that opens a wound in your cheek. You lose 1 endurance point, but a sudden pain reawakens you to the presence of your enemy, and the combat begins. You're being attacked by a very powerful Mind Blast. Unless you possess the Kai discipline of Mind Shield, your combat skill is reduced by 4 for the duration of the combat. However, Barraka himself is a warrior who possesses formidable strength of will. He is immune to Mind Blast.
Good thing we got Mind Shield then.
Yep, and we should have plenty of skill to overcome him.
Our number is bigger. That usually means better. Usually.
Nice. Yeah, we don't need to pop our potion. We got plenty of combat skill. That's a kill. That's gotta be a kill.
Dead.
What a tool. If you win the combat 350, this is usually the last page of the book.
Loot the body. Yes! Good. Is this you or me?
I'll read it, whatever.
Okay.
It's not mine, but I'll read it. As Barraka dies, the wind suddenly rises in pitch and intensity, filling the temple with a mournful cry of despair. You feel the chill, malevolent spirit of Darklord Vashna engulfing you in an icy embrace, but you sense that he is powerless to harm you. The sacrifice has been foiled. He is doomed to lament for a victory that might have been. Lying on the black temple floor is the Dagger of Vashna. Oh yes. Let's see it.
Equip it. Oh yes, equip that.
I don't think we can. I'll do it in a moment. As you pick it up and tuck it into your belt, mark it on the special item, the evil blue flame flickers and dies. As long as you possess this evil blade, Darklord Vashna and his legion of dead warriors will remain imprisoned in the Chasm of Doom. You free fair Madeline from the altar and carry her through the corridors of the temple that lead up to the surface. As you emerge into the moonlit ruins, an astounding sight greets your eyes. Barraka's warriors are running from the ghost city in all directions, closely pursued by an army of cavalrymen. The light of the full moon and the guttering torches that these horsemen carry illuminates the suncrest that bedecks their tunics. Word must have reached Holmgard, for they are the Sun-lending army, led by King Olnar himself. Your countrymen praise your courage and daring, their strident cheers drowning the cry of the Mackengorge. But once again you have proved yourself a true hero of Summerland. As you deliver Madeline into the waiting arms of her father, his overwhelming joy fills you with a sense of great achievement. You are indeed worthy of the title Kailord. You have succeeded in your perilous quest, but the epic saga of Lone Wolf, Last of the Kailords, is far from complete. A new and deadly challenge awaits you in Book 5 of the Lone Wolf series, entitled Shadow on the Sand. That's the illustration. Look at that dude.
What is with this? Oh, he's actually missing teeth. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought they were like sharpened beads or something. I don't know what I was thinking.
He ditched his spear, running away, and that's cavalry.
Let's get the hell out of here!
That'll be a good thumbnail. Alright. So, the Dagger of Vashna is a special weapon. I think we can equip it, you know. I don't know if it'll reduce our combat skill.
Alright, unequip that dagger.
Okay, so
Let's
I get it now.
unequip that dagger and equip the sword and see what happens if it'll let us.
Sword equip. Summer sword and
Yeah,
dagger.
yeah!
But did that reduce our combat skill? Weapon skill. Nope. Dagger of Vashna counts as a dagger. Should work anyway.
What does it do? The evil weapon taken for Barraka at the edge of Mackengorge. This weapon gives the following bonus: XL damage versus undead. Extra large damage.
I think it says ×1 damage against undead.
Oh.
Whereas this thing says ×2 damage versus undead. So ×1 damage is the regular damage.
Yeah, what the fuck's the point then of saying that?
Unless ×1 damage against undead means general weapons don't work against undead, so they'd be ×0 damage if I was just use a normal weapon.
Huh. Maybe you're right.
Makes sense because it's an evil weapon, and I'm pretty sure it can kill Darklords as well.
Awesome. We are decked the fuck out.
Alright.
I'm digging this.
I'm gonna save it here actually. I don't want to spoil the next bit. So, yeah. Let's get your thoughts about the end of this.
I felt like we were fighting bandits like 99% of the time, but this was a good like little side quest thing. We got a cool dagger. You know, that's cool. Fucking Duvall's a hero. Duvall survived. The daughter survived. We saved like everyone we could. No one died. I think we deserve to treat ourselves to like some ice cream or something.
Hell yeah. I'm thinking as well, you know the bandits you were talking about? They were under the control, like they were ultimately being controlled by Barraka. They were also here defending his ritual.
Yeah. So it was like fighting the Dark Army, or
Yeah,
it was more like preventing an army from rising.
Yeah, so because these guys are loyalists towards the Darklord, because obviously trying to revive him. So technically, we beat back Darklord loyalists.
So I feel like we did good.
Yeah, I think in the beginning of the book we were avoiding lots of combat when we had loads of guys with us, because we got ambushed by 200 bandits and managed to avoid them, and we avoided lots of early fights. And then more towards the end is where the fight started to pick up. Ever since we opened that iron door and got attacked by those cats.
You know that other guy would have died eventually.
Yeah, but they were written to die for definite. There's no way we could have survived with all of them towards the end.
Maybe the next book will actually have a companion that survives? Maybe?
Hopefully. I just wonder... I'm really wondering if the Dagger of Vashna is going to come into use, because technically, actually, no, we're not quite done yet. The next book is the last book of the Lone Wolf series. There's like the next Lone Wolf series afterwards. But like...
Oh, there's another series after this?
Yeah, because you remember our rank. So, actually, let me go to the next book. So, Warmon is our current rank. And then this book should begin as a savant, and then when we finish this, we'll be a Kai Master, and then this series of book will be over, and then we'll be playing the next series of book following this.
Cool.
So yeah, that'll be something we'll do for next time though. So guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to both me and Karzie. Our links will be at the end of the video, and make sure you take care as well.
Yeah. Take care, everybody. Oh, bye-bye.